So when you go to make your videos, there are several different ways or methods that you can use to actually create the video file. So one of the ways is to use some sort of screencast software, and there are lots of different versions out there. What this does is this utilizes your camera in your laptop or your computer, and it records your face and it puts your face in a little box down in the bottom corner. But then most of the video is made up of a PowerPoint or whatever you have going on your screen. That would be a great option if you have tons of existing really well put together PowerPoints, because then you're not trying to recreate anything. The Screencast software will let you use what you already have. Another way that you could do it would be kind of a bird's eye view. So there are ways, whether you have an iPad or a camera phone or a video recorder, that you can prop it up above a table and then you could record taking notes below it. That's the method I use when I make my lab videos. That is a great option if you don't like actually being on camera. That's the method one of my colleagues uses because she's really uncomfortable being actually in the video, but it still allows her to walk through her notes. Her students can see her taking the notes. They can hear her talking through things. So they still get a lot of the benefits, but it helps ease her comfort level because she doesn't actually have to be in it. A fourth way would be to record a live class. Now this isn't something I've ever done apart from when I was actually in school and required to record a live class. But yes, you could record class as it actually happens. I personally choose not to because I'm a little concerned about my kids, honestly, acting kind of weird if they know they're going to be recorded. And if it's something that I want to use in future classes, I want it to be basic, straightforward information and not a whole lot of extras. Now, if I wanted to record a class discussion for my students to use later, this would definitely be a good option because then you could actually have the discussion. And then finally, there's kind of the whiteboard method, and that's what I use. So what you see set up here is, this is at the front of my room, and I have these smaller whiteboards propped up on the tray where my markers go. My iPad is on a tripod, and you'll see a picture of that here in a minute. And then I have all the whiteboards stacked up. I like this method because I can pre-write some of the information on the whiteboards. So for instance, here I pre-wrote my bullet list, so I can use that to kind of guide myself. If I move my board down, it drops it out of the frame of the video, but I can have more information. So for instance, I can pre-write my practice problems so that I'm not wasting time copying down the problem. I can have the problem pre-written, and then as I'm up here, I can then use one of my markers, and then I can go through and I can solve whatever problem we're solving. Or I can fill in information as we talk about it. So this allows me to write on it. You can prop lots of boards up. So here's one with even more information. I try to keep them to under 5 boards, otherwise the videos tend to get really long. So my average is probably about 3. I have my title board that has kind of the basic first look information and then the example problems or the supplemental information that comes after that. So there are lots of different ways that you can make videos. There's no one right way, and you may not use every method every time. Like I said, I use the bird's eye view version when I'm making my lab videos because that works better. I use my whiteboard version for most of my videos. I have a couple of really well-made PowerPoints that have animations in them that I will do something similar to this, but I'll prop my iPad up so that it's facing my laptop and so that it will record as I talk through a PowerPoint presentation. I only have that for a couple of them because I have a couple that have animations that I can't really replicate on a whiteboard. But the thing to keep in mind is there is no one right way. You do whatever works best for you. The point is to utilize videos as a tool to get you more time in your classroom.